Hi guys, and welcome to the tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to show you how to moving the player using joystick. So without losing time, so let's get started. Now we have in this scene we have a main camera and we have a directional light. We need to add a joystick, so let's go to assets, import package, custom package. The download link will be in the description. So download this file and import it into your project and select all. We don't need example, so we don't need to select it. So yeah, make sure everything is selected, and now let's go to click import. As you can see, we have this folder, joystick back, prefab, and here we need a fixed joystick. So let's go to create a canvas, game object, add a UI, and add a canvas. So now let's go to changing to scale with the screen size, and yeah, make it the full resolution, full HD, as you can see in the inspector. And now let's go to drag and drop it into our canvas. Oops, so let's go to delete this, drag it and drop into our canvas like that. As you can see, it does not appear in our screen. So let's go to changing the sprite and color. So changing the sprite, and let's changing the color and make it as red, as dark red, like that. Let's go to close this window, and now let's go to changing the size of this joystick to be a little bit smaller, because as you can see in the game windows it is a little bit bigger. So we need to changing the position also, so yep, like that. And also we need to changing the handle because it's a little bit bigger. So let's go to change it, focus on it, and let's go to change it a little bit smaller. As you can see, now it is perfect. Now rename the fixed joystick to the moving joystick. For short, we are renaming it to the moving J. Now let's go to create a plane to make the player walk on it. So create 3D object plane. Now let's go to resetting this position. So click on this icon and click reset. Now let's go to show this as 3D. Focus on the plane. Let's go to changing the color a little bit. So click on the assets and create a new material and call it gray. So changing from standard to legacy shader, diffuse, and changing the color to something like gray, dark gray, and add it to the plane. Now we have dark gray plane. We need to changing the camera position. So yeah, change it a little bit to here to see what the changes of our plane. Sorry, so yeah, move it a little bit to top, like that. Now let's go to create a player, go to add 3D object capsule. You can add a glider, but for me I'm going to add it. So as you can see, the player, there is a part of the player is underground. So let's go to the position Y, make it 1.2 to make it above the ground or the plane. And let's go to changing the plane a little bit and make it wider or bigger. Let's go to scale in the X. Let's go to change it to 10, Y 1, and Z is 10. So Z is perfect right now. Rename the capsule, and let's go to add a component, we need to add a rig body to applying our gravity. So add a rig body and make sure you phrasing the rotation X, Y and Z axis. And now, so yeah, it is, make sure not falling on the right or left, and and let's rename the capsule to the player. Okay, so now let's go to create a new folder and rename it like materials. So let's go to create a folder and name it like script. So let's go to make script folder, and let's go to make a material folder. And yeah, let's go to dragging our material into material folder, and let's go to create a new material for the player. So let's go to create a material, and from standard to legacy shader diffuse, let's make it as red, also dark red, and drag and drop into our player. So yeah, like that is perfect. Now let's go to create a new C# script and rename it like, and call it like movement. Click enter and open it in the Mono Developer or Visual Studio or any program you have, or any editor. Select the player to make sure everything is correct. So after opening this, let's go to deleting the start and update function, and let's go to create a speed for our player speed. Click public float speed semicolon, and let's go now to create a void update for updating our frame. So let's go to create an update, void update. Now we need to take an input from user, so click input X. We need to make it a float, so float input X equal to, we needing the joystick, so let's go to make it as public fixed joystick. So public fixed joystick, and call it moving joystick because we need to moving. So moving joystick for short, we call it moving J. And let's go to here, let's go to make it equal to moving joystick dot horizontal. So moving joystick dot horizontal to moving right and left, and make a new float input Z equal to moving joystick dot vertical to moving forward and backward. So let's go to multiply this with speed and time, the delta time, to make sure the player is not moving with a high speed. Let's go to multiply equal to speed multiplied by time dot delta time, and also for the input Z multiplied equal to speed multiplied by time dot delta time. And now let's go to moving our player by writing transform dot translate, and we moving by x-axis input X. Input X, and we don't need to moving up and down, so click this as 0, and input Z for moving forward and backwards. So that's all. Let's go to back into editor. As you can see, we have the X here and Y and Z axis. If we moving X axis, you can see it is moving right and left, and if we moving from Y, as you can see, it is moving up and down. And finally we have the Z axis, you can move it backward and forward. Let's go to back in our script, as you can see. So make sure everything is set up, and yeah, let's go to save this like that. and let's go back to Unity. So yes, now let's go to okay, we don't have any error. Let's go to add the script to our player, and let's assign the variable. Let's go to assigning the moving joystick in the hierarchy and assign it to the spectre and make the speed for test. Let's go to make it 1. Okay, and now let's go to play to see how this actually works. So if we go into the joystick, now as you can see it is moving, but it is a little bit slow. Let's go to changing the speed. So let's go to maximizing our windows, and let's go to changing speed from 1 to 5, and let's go to maximizing the game window, and let's go to try to moving. As you can see, now it is moving with a little bit higher speed, and that is perfect. So that is all in this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hit the like, subscribe.